car over there. He had brakes when I walked over the sidewalk. I think he is synced. Really far away though. The Whitey just hit his turn signal synced. The one that drove by me synced. A car alarm just started right there. There was a car that turned behind me, I think. I didn't see him until after he turned. And I saw someone walking a dog up the street. When they got across the street, I started hearing this truck beeping over here. I could barely see him too. I think it was synced because it was right when they got across the street. I could barely see the dog walker though. They're way up the street from me. There was more sync heads before I turned the camera on. This is a sync head. Just driving up as I walk over the train tracks. And the pier of the truck. Here comes the sync head. The sync head. Oh, now the light's turning on. It probably turned on right when he stopped at the intersection. He's gonna turn synced. He's turning synced. This just turned, I think. Hearing some engine sound or something. This has a dim light. Hearing an engine sound like across the street over there somewhere. Yeah. That's a Whitey. Oh, here's that engine sound car in front of me right now as the Whitey pulls up. And another Apira truck is coming up. Is he gonna sync on me too? He drove behind me right there at the corner of that building. hear a sink engine. Did you hear it? Hear there goes that Imperial truck. He's turning at Center Street, and that tire screech sound effect thing. I just heard a car honk right now. And that's Stinkhead at the corner of the building. Yeah, the tire screech sound effect thing went off at Center Street, and the Imperial truck was turning at Center Street. There. The Stinkheads let me finish my sentence. I see a car way over there at the end of the alley that looks synced. This car is probably gonna sink. He just turned when I zoomed in on him, and I got the corner of the building. The light just turned red right at the railing pole where they sink. I think those headlights weren't on before I stepped on the street. Pretty sure they weren't. I'm hearing synced engine sounds in the distance that you probably can't hear on the camera. You can probably hear the other synced engine sounds from before, though, earlier. I saw two cars in front of me at the same time as each other going opposite directions. I'm hearing another engine sound. Is there another sync? Yeah, there's a few more cars before I was recording. A few less cars since I started recording. But they'll be back. I think that car turning was one. I think this car that just drove out in front of me was one. Most likely. See this apartment building, I helped build that. Because they wouldn't start working on it until I'd walk by it. It'd just be quiet over here until I walk by it, and then they start working and making construction sounds. See? So this building wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me. So you're welcome. See tail lights over here. Is it gonna take off synced? Better not take off synced. Nothing happened to that street. You know, my camera won't focus. He's driving up. Is he gonna turn when I walk up to the street? Got a feeling he's gonna do that. He's gonna meet me at the intersection. He's turning when I walk up to the street. There's a cop when I get across the street. There's another car coming over here. That's another stalker. I just know it. I just know it's another stalker. It's gotta be another stalker. If not, then I would be surprised. But definitely the other two cars were. I know that for a fact. Documented, provable, testable fact. Another piglet. I think he's driving by at this building. I like the sink at that building. The semi is turned on. Is he gonna turn his lights on when I walk in front of it? His car is turning as I walk in front of it. And he's going. Is he gonna take off soon? Alright. Hearing synced engine sounds again, I think. Here's a white car right now. And I don't know about that car. I think it was synced. And then this lightning in the distance, I think, was sinking earlier. There's a Piglet. There's a white SUV right behind the Piglet as I walk up to the intersection. The Piglet is turning at the center of the street. Damn, phone, focus. Anyway, you saw him turning. And a blurry blob of light. That was the Piglet. This car is pulling up, and this other car is turning. And this light just turned on next to me. Right as the whitey turned. And that's a whitey, I think. He's pulling up to the light right as the other whitey turned. Right as the light turned on next to me. There's a flash of lightning right as this car pulls up to the intersection. Did you see that? Are you gonna drive as I walk through the alley? And the light turned red as he drives by me. And that was a really short green light too, wasn't it? It turned red really fast. This silver car, I got a feeling is a stalker. This car coming up behind me right now is definitely a stalker. This cop right now. This cop right now is definitely a stalker. And the silver car was turning when he drove through. And this other cop right now is also a stalker. The entire police force is out stalking this morning. Hey, why is the entire police force stalking this morning? Can you tell me why you're out stalking this morning? Excuse me, sir. Why are you stalking? Fucking weirdo. He's gonna turn right now when I get across the street. Look at him. There's a car pulling up. That was gonna be another cop. This car pulling up right here, the edge of the parking lot. And he's driving as this guy walks by me. There's more stalkers coming. What are they? They stalked it up at the corner of the police station. And they're just driving out of the corner of this building. And they're both red. It's two red cars. This car is gonna drive by me at the intersection. And it's gonna drive by stalkered up right at the center of the street. White at the center of the street. Yeah, how many cops is that? Like 5 cops? I saw one headlight car turn right before that corner, the street ahead of me, and then here comes another car. And he's kind of almost right there. And then he's gonna hit his brake synced. And he's stopping right now. And he's driving right now. And then there was a whitey over there. And then there's a car over there at the center of the street. And there's a piglet. He's syncing with the other car. How many piglets are we at? This car is turning right now. And it's a whitey. No, you're wrong. It's all synced. It's like every car that I see is synced in the early morning traffic. Duh. It's like every car in this entire video has been synced. Like this one at the crosswalk. It's a little before the crosswalk. He's like getting across the street right now. And then this car, where is he? He pulled up at the corner of 411 and he's driving out there and he's also red. And the other car was red. And the other car before those cars were red. And the other cars that drove behind me were red. And then this one's white, and he's pulling up white there. And he's gonna drive by white there. And this car is turning right now. And it's not red. I think it's a black truck. That's a silver car. It's a black truck and then a silver car. This car's red. Is it gonna take off synced? Or get out synced? Or get out synced and then get back in synced and then take off synced and then honk their horn synced? What are they gonna do? Is it gonna be synced? This engine sound behind me sounds synced. It's just static, which you're creating patterns out if. No, it's not static, it's cars that are synced. Do you see static on the screen? Is it just like... Or do you see cars that are synced? Are you hallucinating? There's a car synced. Apophania, look it up. What is it? Tell me what it is. I can't look it up right now, I'm recording. This car is turning at the ATM. I just heard a dog barking right there. Is this a sync? Maybe not. This truck is syncing at the red door. This is the Pure truck again. Someone just walked out with the dog in front of me. It wasn't at the corner of Harbor Bar, okay. Maybe it's not a sync dog. I hear a dog barking again. The same dog that was barking before. I see a car in front of me right now. It's what I'm describing is what you're afflicted with. What is it that I see that you see static when I see sync cars that are there on the camera? Like, what do you mean? That's right there at the corner of the building. And he's meeting this box truck at the intersection. And this car is driving out at the same time. And it's also silver. And the box truck seems to be turning sink there. And then there's a black car behind him. Is it a sink? It's finding patterns where none actually exist, just meaningless stuff. But, well, patterns actually do exist, though. So what are you talking about? They actually do on camera every time I record. This Whitey, I think he's pulling up synced at the door. Here, motorcycle's engine right now. Light is turning green right now. The motorcycle engine is taking off now. And I think that car just turned right now. And then it's pulling up at the same time as this car. And then, okay, there's gonna be a car right here. I think there's stalkers driving behind me. Read about apophenia, please. It is something to get help for. I read about it. You told me about it, and it's not real. Cause look, he's right at the alley. So clearly, you're the one that needs mental help. If you can't see that. Black truck, is it a silver car? It's a silver car. There's a white car behind me. I think he's sinking with the piglet hitting his brakes. Oh, the white car's gonna drive by me now. Right at the corner of the house. And then I see two cars driving out simultaneous over there. Whitey just hit his brakes synced at the edge of the parking lot. Whitey's hitting his brakes again right now. He's hitting his turn signal when I get to the sidewalk. He's hitting his brakes like right before the sidewalk. His truck beeping right now. Is that my apophenia? Or my schizophrenia? Or drugs? Is it my schizo crack or my apophenia? Which one? Making sink slamming noises over there. truck just stopped beeping when I got across the alley. It's both. How do you know? You're not a psychologist. There's a car right now. There's my Aposchizia over there. Here goes a white schizomobile right there. See it? Schizophrenically. Is this a white? This car. I think he was thinking with the whitey driving behind me. Ringing sounds with the alley. Saw a flash of lightning over there. This seems right now. That just turned on as it sinks. This car just drove out when I walked up to the street. Synced up cars behind me. The car started to turn when I got across the street. And here comes. That light just turned off. There's someone walking up in front of me right now. Out of the back of this truck. I heard a car driving behind me as they opened the door on the side of the trailer. I think it sinks. They're getting out of this car now. And they're gonna sink again. And this car is pulled up over here and I hear them talking over there at the same time. They're doing synchronizers. And this car is gonna sink. This car is gonna sink. It's gonna be synced right here with the white truck over there. Sink. What's up? Those stalkers are just walking up the sidewalk the whole time. One's from the parking lot. This car is turned out right now, way back there. This car is behind me right now. This car behind me is gonna sink. I think it has a 84.4. And then this car just turned when it pulled up and stopped. And then this, what was that, a stalker? This car just pulled up when I got across the alley. And then the silver car started to drive when it drove in front of it, I think. And I hear a dog barking right now. See the sink? And then I see this and I hear a banging sound as it drives up. And he's gonna pull up and sink. Pull up synced right now. This car over there with the bright headlights. And this truck back there looks synced. Let's see what the bright headlights car does. It's synced. Is he gonna sync with the tail lift? This car looks synced. Yeah, that looks synced. And it's a black car. It's a blue car. And that's a blue car. It's a blue car with a blue car right behind it. This car is turned out. And I think there's two silver cars over there. And then there's a white car. And then there's a car meeting those cars at that intersection. And then they're gonna sink. And then these cars are probably gonna sink. And this car is probably gonna sink. They're all gonna be synced again.